Hi, Heather. Hi, Chris. Hi, Beth. Welcome in, everyone. I had made myself a little list of the things I needed for my Celtic Festival, which is Friday, and one of the things was one set of Barbie doll jewelry, a couple of key rings, couple of the kilt pins, which we made one of them the other day, and like four sets of hair combs and a whole bunch of different hair barrettes. Hey, Charlie. So the thing I'm going to start out with today is a set of Barbie jewelry. Um, I don't think that's what we're going. I think that it doesn't take that long to make, so I don't think we will um, be at it for very long. Um, and then we'll decide on the other things that we want to make today. When a few more people come on, I will discuss Friday. Um, Apparently, Randy has an appointment on Friday, so she won't be doing her live. Wanted to know if I could do it. Heather said she could do it if I couldn't. Well, I can't. And I will explain that right now. Hey, Donna. Um, like I said, when a few more people come on, I'll explain what's going on Friday, why I can't. Hey, Sid. So we're getting a few people on, so we will be making that announcement pretty soon here. It's not going to be a big announcement per se. It's just, it's not anything bad. Let's just put it that way. Why I'm not going to be on. Oh, and by the way, I just got notice that my Beadbox bargains, my new kit is out for delivery, and I haven't even done half of this stuff I wanted to do with the last one. Isn't that the way it works? Anyway, it's out for delivery, and so we'll probably be opening my Beadbox bargains tomorrow, and so that ought to be fun. We'll see what we've got. No, it's nothing bad, Beth. Um, well, we have 9 people on, so let's go ahead and say Friday is a busy day for me because I have the Celtic Festival this weekend. Well, it starts on Friday, but it doesn't start until 3, but setup starts at noon. So, because of that, I had to move my PT appointment to early in the morning. So, my PT appointment is at 8:15 in the morning. So, that is why I can't do Randy's show in the morning. I will be at physical therapy. Then when I come back, I'll probably my appointments are about 45 minutes, so I should be back in time to set up for my hi Dawn for my mine yours still shows that it's in Tennessee. Yeah, I was pretty shocked when I got the message that mine was arriving today. I was like, yeah, we'll see. But then when I checked the tracking just a few minutes ago, it said it was actually out for delivery. So could be here. We'll see. Sometimes I get those out for delivery messages and they don't show up. And it's generally because the post office has had a lot of packages that day. And so they say they're out for delivery, but they don't deliver them to the next day. So we'll see if it actually shows up today. If so, we'll open it tomorrow. Um, but anyway, when I come, I'll get home in time to do my live tomorrow. I mean, Friday. But we're going to have to make it a basic hour, maybe a few minutes longer. But my husband is coming home. So he will be home in time to pick me up, get everything, make sure we have everything loaded, and take off for the show, for the setup for the show. And then I'll have the show on. It goes from 3 to 7 on Friday, and then all day on Saturday, not on Sunday, which is good because Sunday is usually a really slow day. So that's what's going on Friday. Why I'm really tight for time. It's going to be get up, go to PT, come home, get ready and do the live, get ready and take off for setup for my show, set up my show and then do my show for the last from 3 to 7. So it's going to be a sort of whoa, that's going to be a busy day. And uh, so no, nothing bad, just busy. Um, so yeah, And I was thinking to myself, dang, this knee is really screwing up my schedules this this summer, but that's the way it goes. Anyway, like I say, we're going to make a quick pair of Barbie jewelry, then we'll see what else we want to make. I found a whole bunch of tiny eye pins, and I think, oh, you know, those would be pretty perfect for making some rosary chain. So I've been thinking, what do I want to make that's got to have, that I'm going to want rosary chain with? And maybe we'll use something from our last box, and maybe I'll use it for whatever comes up next time here. But like I say, I do need to make a whole bunch of stuff for this show, mainly hair combs and hair barrettes, and some key rings, and this last set of Barbie jewelry, and another kilt pin. But a lot of those I can do off camera, and I generally do because I have to design them. And then, hi, Cynthia. And then they take, you know, first I paint the pieces, whatever pieces I decide to use. Sometimes I just paint a whole bunch and just be done with it and design with those. Hi, Dorothy. I hope you're feeling a little better. And then I have to design, because I always design my hair barrettes because I want to make sure I have what I need. Hi, Tina. And so, but I do need to get making on those. So we may make hair combs. Well, no, we're going to open up the Beadbox Bargains tomorrow. We may make hair combs, or I may just decide to go get pieces and paint after we finish our Barbie jewelry. Let's decide. Anyway, let's turn down and we'll get this set of Barbie jewelry going. I've more or less already designed it. It's going to be pretty simple, and I don't think it's going to take us all that long to make it. I'm hoping not anyway. So anyway, I need this. I've got everything sitting down on my desk here that I needed except for one jump ring. Well, now I have said jump ring. So let's turn down. We'll get this going. Now, you think the shopping perked you up? Yeah, that perks me up sometimes too. Unfortunately, then when the bill comes and I go, ooh, what did I do? You know, but you know, that's the way it goes. So we're going to turn down. Now, if anybody has granddaughters or even daughters, if you're young enough, I know a lot of us are not. But if you do have granddaughters, this is a really good little project to make for them. We need our memory wire cutters because we don't want to cut this is memory wire. It's ring size memory wire. And of course, you can use this for rings if you want to, but I generally use this for Barbie necklaces. And what you want for a Barbie necklace is about a loop and a half. So I'm going to go over here and get my cutters in here, which is easier said than done with this stuff because, well, let's face it, you've got to get the cutters in the loop, and it doesn't always want to go in. So we want about a ring and a half. Yeah, that's about it. So there we go. Put the rest away. I don't need any more. I've also got here my jump ring, which is going to go on my charm here. And that's going to be my focal. Like you would on any necklace, you want a focal. I've got some emerald green crystals, and I have some of my 4mm Connemara marble. So I'm going to get 4 of these out. I'm going to want 2 for the necklace and 2 for the earrings. Even your granddaughters are too old. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. And I know you don't have great-granddaughters yet. So, but how about nieces or nephews or anything like that? So then what we're going to do is, I think these are glass. I hope they are, because I might need to break them if I have to. We want these seed beads. Yes, I know, ladies, this is one of those seed bead things. Oops, may not need that many, but we'll see. We have 2 eye pins, 2 regular ball head pins, and then we'll get some crystals out here. I think I'm only wanting 4 of these as well, because what I think I want to do, well, maybe we'll have 6. We'll see. Come here, you. One more. Go through that. Stubborn beads. Actually, I had some lighter green ones sitting here at one point, and I was thinking I would use those, but of course, since I want them, I don't see them. Isn't that the way it always goes? It seems you want something, it's nowhere to be seen. But that's all right. These will work fine. So what I'm going to do is we're going to, actually, I need a couple of daisy spacers as well. Gold daisy spacers, since we're going with gold. And you have your Barbie dolls? I have Barbie dolls too. But what we're going to do with these are we're going to take and these are it would be the earring piece. Come on, where's the hole? Now another one. Crystal. Mm-hmm. And one of these guys. That's going to be our earring top, or our earring piece. It's going to look just like this. So then we'll just bend this over and make a regular loop here. I'll do the same with the other one. This wire is bent a bit. See the kink right there? If you can't get it out with your fingers, your flat nose pliers will generally take care of it pretty good. Well, that was good. Drop the whole thing off. That sort of sucks. Well, we'll put it back together quickly. Butterfingers are not welcome. So we'll wind those up, put them on here when we get to that point. Right now, I'm going to start with our necklace. Like I said, this is just ring memory wire. You just want to, come on, you, open back up. Get your chain nose pliers out. This is one of the few things I use chain nose pliers for anymore. Oops, don't snap off. And we're going to wrap that first side. And when I wrap the memory wire, what I try to do is go around on itself a little bit, so it's sort of more like a, oh, come on, wrap, silly thing. More like a, instead of a regular jump ring, it's more like a, oh crap, words, Rose. The kind where it goes around on itself, split ring. So I go around just a little bit more here. There we go. And I do that because otherwise these little beads that are at the end are going to try and go right off the side here. So now we're going to tighten this up. And then we're going to use these little beads, and we're going to go part way up the side here. Now, I'm not positive if these are beads or glass or not. I probably should break one just to see. Because if they're not, we're going to have to be really careful about how far up we go. We don't want to go too far because, come on, you. This is the hardest part to me, is getting these guys to stay on here as we're putting them on. Let's see if they are glass. I'd say yes. So that's good. I want glass beads here because if for some reason I put too many on, it's an easy matter to just break one or two off. And I just as soon do that than with this than to restring the whole thing because, well, they are a pain in the rear. So I usually put on at least, 7 or 8 to start with. Take a look at it, see where they look to be falling, and then we'll go on from there. We have 5 on right now, so I'm going to put a few more on. 1. Come on. Go on. There we go. Stubborn things. The thing is, even though that snapped, these actually act almost like a metal bead because they're acting like they're hollow, but I don't think they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see where that looks like up here. Okay. Now, we're going to put that might be enough. Let's go on with the other beads. So what we're going to do is we're going to put 2 of our crystals. You turds, stop it. One of the daisy spacers between the 2 crystals. And it looks like I'm going to need another daisy spacer, but that's all right. We'll get it out in a minute. Go. Go. Now I could have put the Connemara marble, which is what I'm going to put on next. Between the crystals, but I don't think I'm going to. So up you go. Let's see how you're looking. I think we're about perfect. I'm hoping so anyway. So there is our first half. Let's see what I've missed so far. Uh-oh, you're waiting on a spine x-ray, Carolyn. I hope you're all right. You'll find them after you're done. Yeah, that's the way it works. They also attract kids to your booth. That they do. Either Rose or Rosanna, Carolyn. Rosanna is my full name, but Rose is my nickname, so either way works just great. Well, maybe we'll make a key ring next, Chris, and we'll show you what to do with your split rings. Hey, Miranda. So I didn't get my charm on its jump ring, did I? Because that's next, so we got to do that. And Rory has some complaints this morning, apparently. So now we'll slip this on here. This is our focal. Now I could have done this probably with a Tinky Top, but I wasn't sure how far it would drop below my Connemara marble, and I wanted to make sure it was going to be low enough. I think it'll be fine. So now we're going to put the other Connemara marble on. Jump the oval, the daisy spacer. One crystal. This is where I need to reach up and get another daisy spacer. So we need one more. Daisy spacer and crystal. And now we had 7, I think, of the gold beads. So put 7 gold beads on here now. Two. No falling back off. But you did. 3, 4, 5. Over around. 6, and then 7. Come on, go in there. Number 6 wants to come off, and it did, so get it back on. Number 6. And I know if Bonnie was here, she'd be going, oh, seed beads, no, can't do it. But that's the way it goes. So as you can see, now I've got these about perfect because they're meeting right here. And because of these ring necklaces are just about perfect to go around your Barbie's neck, you don't need anything more than that. I could have put one more on and just made it a little wider, but that's all right. We didn't need it. So now we need to wrap this other side, which has got plenty of wire. And if we need to, I don't normally cut the wire off. You can if you feel you have too much, but all I tend to do when I have more wire than I think I need is to just keep spiraling it around so that we have a nice nice ending here. You want to be difficult, don't you? So I'll keep going. Now, if I figure that my spiral around is getting too big on the second side, we can always go back to the first side and spiral it some more around. Still need a little bit more spiraling here, so we'll go back to this side. On the other side, it's easier to work that way. And as you can see, my spiral is trying to get away from the wire, And that's fine. I'll squish it down in a bit with my other pliers. And there we go. There's our little necklace all finished. We'll get our pliers out here, squish our, be careful because remember we checked those beads and they appear to be glass, so we don't want to squish them too much, but we'll squish our ends down some. So there's our little necklace all finished. Don't need any more of these, so put them away. Hey, Kimberly. So we got our necklace finished. And now all we're going to do is, no, you cannot come off of their bead. We're going to, now we're going to twist these two up. These are our earrings, remember? So open over and around. Bring it down and around like you would any other earring you're making. And yes, if you're into tiny little earrings, you could even wear these yourself. Though by the time I'm finished with them, you won't be able to, but you could, just use something like this to make your, make some tiny earrings for yourself if you really wanted to. I was going to say, where's my other plier? It's under my arm. So we're going to just wrap this up like you would normally. I'll have to cut that off in a second. We'll get the other one first. I will tell you, I'm not as particular to make sure I have the same amount of rounds and everything like that. Twists around when I'm doing a loop for one of these Barbie earrings. It's not like many people really pay that much attention to that on these. So there's our two little earring pieces. And now our last step is to make what I would consider a post. You can actually see the top of your desk. Oh my goodness, Heather, I don't know what to think about that. So our next step is we're going to take and we're going to make these eye pins into posts. And to do that, you want a relatively good sized flat head. And you're going to go up on here and go up a little bit from your bend here. And then you're just going to bend your wire. And then just bring your flat head up, bend them all the way up here, squish them good. And then about right where they would meet right here, take your flush cutters and cut that off. When you cut it, make sure you've got hold of the ring size because you know how they like to flip. If you do not hold on to the ring side, your ring side is going to flip and go bye-bye. And then you're going to either have to find it or make a new one. So there is our post, our first one. So we'll do the same with this second one. Now, I'm going to say right now, they don't have to be perfectly the same size. It doesn't really matter one iota. And the reason for that is because this piece is the piece that's going to go into your Barbie's head. You're not going to see it, so it doesn't matter. So move it down a little bit from the and then bend. Then we're going to take in here and we're going to bend that down pretty tight. Get our cutters. Make sure we're holding the ring and cut the excess wire off right here. Now we're going to scoosh that down. And now we have two little posts. Now what we're going to do here, because now we've made our little posts out of our eye pins, we're just going to take our eye pin and open it up like you would normally. Slide one of your earpieces onto there and close her back up. Oops, got some of my mat in my pliers. You want to make sure it's closed because you don't want to have your ear wires sticking out. And then I'm going to make sure this is squished down here some because it looks like it's up a little bit and I don't want it up a little bit. So there is one earring done. Now we'll just open this second one up. Slide our earring on. Close her up. And now we have one set of Barbie jewelry, a necklace and a pair of earrings to match. Very simple, very easy. Well, the hardest part is making the necklace. The earrings are, well, let's face it, they're pretty basic. They'd be just like you were making your own earring other than you're making the little post. And so pretty simple for the earrings. The Barbie necklace is a little harder just because it's a little harder, just a little harder to put the seed beads and such on. Now I do have a Barbie over here. I'm not going to pull her studs out. She always has studs in. I keep her here for modeling. See, she's got some little studs in. Those are just a little crystal on, actually, let's pull one out so I can show you what I mean. So if you wanted to just make little studs for your Barbie, it's just a tiny crystal pushed down onto a head pin. And it looks like I've cracked this one at some point in time, probably because I pull it off and on all the time. And then we've just made the same kind of post. But instead of stopping at the loop, we stopped right by the crystal. Like I said, it looks like I cracked this one at some point in time. So then these, like I said, are just like little posts. They go right into the hole at the side of the head, just like so. There she is wearing one of her earrings. And then the necklace, of course, since it's just ring memory wire, you just pull it apart. There she goes. I probably got chips on this one too. I'm going to have to make her some new diamond posts here one of these days. So there is our, I got that one upside down. Not that it makes a lot of difference, but some people have asked me, do these sell well? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Especially sell well at Christmas time because parents or grandparents buy these for their little girls for Christmas. I had one lady buy 5 sets once for her granddaughters. And then I've had, I got commissioned to make 2 sets each for 2 little girls that the mom works with my husband. So anyway, there's our Barbie jewelry. What do I sell them for? I do just like I do any other piece of jewelry I make. I add up all the prices of things and then And this is, I generally just do the multiply by 4 just because it's simpler. These wouldn't cost very much. Well, this is what, well, no, this is 34 cents. Well, let's see. I know that my Connemara marble is 44 cents a piece. So we have 4 of those. So 0.44 times 4. This one was 38. The crystals do not have a price on them, but I'm assuming they're anywhere from 5 to 10 cents. So I'm going to just 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We'll go with 5 cents. Oops, what did I just do? Because I don't think we're at 96.88. 0.44 times 4 plus 0.38 plus 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then the little beads are, gosh, I think I had something like, what did I have wrote on those? I just flipped them aside now. There was a little notice in here. Oh, said they were 3 cents each. So we had 42 cents worth of those. And the daisy spacers are 2 cents each, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now, where jump rings is about 4 cents, though the price on those has gone up recently, it looks like. Oh, and I had 2 more of those little in there, so 0.06. Now we got the memory wire. It's probably about 20 cents worth of memory wire. And then the bits and pieces of the eye pins and the head pins were probably about 10 cents a piece. So it cost me $3.72 to make it. So it's going to be $15 for this set. $14.88. So, well, we'll leave them on her because I usually take a picture of her so that when I put them on the table, what I do, instead of just putting them on the table, because they're so tiny and they're easily pocketed, they're a big hit. They do. They are generally a big hit with the girls that play with their Barbies. They like having jewelry for their Barbies. I like jewelry for my Barbie. My husband always gives me a Christmas Barbie, a holiday Barbie, I guess they call them. I hate their jewelry, so I always make my Barbies new jewelry, and that's how I got started making Barbie jewelry, because of that. Anyway, we'll set her aside, and we will show her more later when we are done looking at other things. Make sure I don't lose her studs. Though actually, like I said, I discovered that this one has a chip out of it, and the other one probably is not far behind having a chip. So I may make her some new diamond earrings since I've been chipping those up by taking them on and off so much. So let me see if I have any of my split rings nearby here. I probably don't. Surprise, surprise, because I hadn't thought about making this. I have a larger split ring, but this isn't the size I like. I used a small one and a larger one to make these. And so I need to, I'll be right back. Within this bag is all my goodies. You can't see the bag. There's a big paper bag down here. I have all my goodies for making hair barrettes and such. Oh, my turtle got knocked sideways. Come here, baby. And my key rings and all that odds and ends stuff. And there's $1 in here. That's weird. Anyway, I will use a big key ring. Come here, one of you. Just one. And hopefully I can find my little ones easily here. They're probably way down in the bottom. It wouldn't surprise me at all. It still is weird to have $1 in here. But odds and when I say all my odds and ends base stuff, there's my hair barrette pieces and bobby pins, alligator clips, all those fun things like that are all down in here. There they are, way down at the bottom. Surprise, surprise. Come here. There they go. So let's get all this junk back in its bag. Another day, another $1. Yeah, another $1 in my bag. Where the heck did that come from? So we need one of these. Come on, open up. And one of these. And I think these are actually different sizes in here. Yeah, they are. See, I actually prefer that size, though this size works fine too. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to get a piece of wire, and we're going to use one of our, well, let's use one of our Celtic pieces. What one do we want to use here? Not sure. I want to use one of these, maybe. Get one of these silver hearts out. Actually, maybe since this is a key ring, we'll use one of my keys with the little Triskelion in the middle of it. That'll be cute, and I don't think I've made one like that before. Bang, bang, hitting things. So I don't make these atrociously long because, let's face it, they're key rings. They're going to sit in somebody's pocket most likely. So we're going to just get a few beads. And we can go with green. We can go with some green beads, just regular glass beads, or we can get some my Connemara marble out. Yes, it is. It's always nice to find money. I was just sort of like, whoa, now where the heck did I have that hiding at? But actually, I think maybe we will use this colored wire on this. This would be great for making jump rings and things, but I was thinking that the wraps will be really pretty with the colored wire. I think I have some other colored wire in here too, but that wire is fine. It'll work. It's 18 gauge, so we have to make sure we have bigger gauged. The beads have a bigger hole if we use that particular. This is 18 also. So I knew I had another roll, but it's It's also 18. I was hoping for a 20, but I don't think there is a 20 in my box here. My box here beside me is still my Beetle-On mystery box here, so I'm just using what we got. So we'll just open this up. Now these boxes are designed like the tassel boxes. Come on, open up. Geez, that perf doesn't want to unperf. Boy, does it not want to. Well, that's fine, because I'll take it out of here anyway, knowing me. Okay, you're being stubborn, so you get to come out. I'm not going to play these games. So we'll want, I don't know, a couple inches of wire probably. Boy, they got that tucked down in there good. Come out of there. Oh, you're wrapped around your buddy. Don't appreciate that, but there we go. But leave you in there and take this end out. We don't need very much because we're just making the key ring, so I'm just going to cut a little bit off here. And the rest is going to try and unwrap. So we'll just take it to there and just put it in there again. And I'm going to waste a bit. But that's all right. No, I'm going to cut it right here. This can just sit here. And then I'm going to probably cut this big kink off the end here because it's a pain to try and fix a big kink. So we're going to make a regular loop, wrapped loop at the bottom of this wire. And since it's a nice pretty wire, it should make a nice wrapped loop here for my key. Oh, cool. So your nieces really liked making the Barbie jewelry. Barbie jewelry is fun to make, especially if you have kids to make it with. I think they really enjoy making it. It's a little bit something different, and it gives them some participation if you make it with them, and so they can choose their own beads and all that fun stuff. So we've got our key on the end of our pretty wire here. Come here, you. And then we're going to just wrap this a couple of wraps. Boy, for an artistic wire, this wire is being pretty stubborn. But it is 18 gauge, so. Okay, now we need to decide what beads we want to put on here. And we've got our heart. Our heart should go on with no problem. Yes, it does. So that's our spacer. And we have green. This top green box is leaves. I don't think we want leaves. So we've got this box. And what works here. We go with go down on there. This one might not work. The wire's got too many kinks in it, so the bead doesn't want to go down. There we go. So then our heart. Maybe we'll use one of these bicones across the top of our heart and then just get one silver daisy spacer for the top. And then put one more bead on. The bicone is to fill in the hearts if it's going to work. I don't think it's going to. 18 gauge is too big for the bicone, so we'll have to use something different. So let's see if this little green bead will go on. It does just fine. So it can go right there. Then we'll get a daisy spacer and put one bead on the top of that. And maybe we'll just put another slightly bigger one of this color. Or even though this is another color of green, we could go with it because then we've patterned this one down here. It's just smaller. I think I sort of like that idea. Let's move you aside. We'll get a silver daisy spacer out to go between these two. See if this one will fit on here all right. Yeah, it does. So there we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take and wrap this up and hook it to this space, this one, and then this will go on to this. So because it's going to hang like this, we want this to go hang properly so I can see what I'm doing here. We want this to go this direction. Stay put. Up and over and around. Bring her down and around. Because these are split rings and they'll open, I don't have to worry about getting them on right now. We're going to just feed them on as soon as we're finished wrapping this up. So nice and tight. Cut this excess off. Actually, I didn't have as much excess as I expected to have. And then cut right there. Tuck it in. Now we have this piece all finished. And what we're going to do is put it on this split ring. Now I use split rings rather than regular jump rings for these for one reason. These are going to be in people's pockets. Let's face it. They're going to go in and out of people's pockets all the time or into a purse or something like that. And so the jump ring with too much pressure going on and off like that are going to open sooner or later. This way you don't have to have that much of a worry about that happening. There we go. One little key ring with the little Celtic triskelion key. So there we go. So there's two projects done. we have one key ring and one set of Barbie jewelry so far. Now, you don't have to, I usually only make these with like one spacer and 2 beads, so we added another little bead, making it a little longer than I normally make them, but I think it turned out good. So there's one key ring down. Could make a second one, then I don't have to worry about needing any more key rings, so maybe we'll just make a second key ring pretty quickly. So there's our rings again. Now we have to decide what do we want to put on the bottom and what will we use as spacers. I do have a variety of things as far as Celtic things are concerned. In fact, I have boxes and boxes of them, primarily because, well, I do these shows, and so I want to have plenty of things to work with. Now, I will tell you that I sell my key rings like this for $10 straight across. I don't pay attention to any pricing. Hi, Brandy. I just, so if some are a little more expensive, some are a little less expensive to make, it's not, they sort of average out in the end. So, but I do make it a point to not use my really expensive things on these. For instance, I have some tiara cast pieces, and these are $1.99 a piece. I wouldn't put these on them because they're just too expensive. But I might like I might put something that's like less than $1 on it, but I wouldn't put anything on it that's over the dollar amount. Just because then it's going to get up there where I don't, in pricing where I don't want it. So this one's a little more expensive. It's 50 cents, but it's not atrociously expensive like the some of the pieces I have are. But I'm going to use this piece now. I think I might use this wire again, but then again, we have to find pieces that will go on the wire. And that's, most beads are pretty good sized, so it's not really that big of an issue when you're going across like that. But it is something to think about when you're making them. Will my beads that I want to use fit on the wire I'm using? And I tend to use, well, I tend to use whatever I darn well feel like using on things. But everybody has their own preferences on what they're doing. So this one is going to probably be a little smaller because I'm going to use these beads. And then I have to decide what I want to use for spacers. I'm thinking I'm just going to use a ball spacer and a double daisy. Go on there. Stubborn things. Only need 4. And we'll make sure that everybody's going to go on here before we even bother starting one. No problem. That was the same as this. Ball spacer should go on with no problem because they have a pretty good size hole. Daisies might be a problem, but I don't think so. Nope, everything's fine. So we'll get some more of our wire out. Do I have a smallish dragon? Oh yes, I do. I'm more making these for my Celtic festival right now, so I'm going with my Celtic charms. Though dragons are very big in Celtic mythology, so we could, but I'm not doing so right now. When you're talking about the memory wire, you can get it. Let's see if I can find it now. In a pack like this. I got this from Randy for $5.25 a couple years ago. It looks like I have enough for one or two more necklaces for Barbies in the silver here. And then we've got the necklace size and the bracelet size. I used all of my smallest bracelet size. This is the medium size. So anyway, there you go. If you're making something for... Come on, baby, go in. Guess I didn't leave a big enough gap here. So anyway, on Friday, I'm going to have to make it a point to be done at my at an hour. So, and we might be just pricing things or that I haven't got priced for the show, or making those last minute things I still need, which will not be hair barrettes or hair combs, because those have to have their 24 hours to dry. Well, they don't really. They're good to go before that, but you won't want somebody sticking them in their hair before that. So, oops. Oh, I did this the wrong way. I wanted ball, daisy, ball. So I will need to get some more out of the ball spacers. And then actually, I think what I'm going to do is, excuse me, do this way. And I don't need any more ball spacers, and I don't need any more daisy spacers. Come on, you. So I think it'll be long enough this way. Yeah, that's a nice length for a key ring, because it's going to hang down a little bit. So we're going to want our loop to go the opposite direction, because we're going to be putting it on the smaller of our rings. I think the colored wire made some interesting wraps up here. So open up our first of our little split ring. Now, if you don't like to do these with your hand, open split rings, I do have a split ring pliers. I'll show it to you if I can find it really easily. That helps you open these. And of course, I don't see it right offhand, which is a pity because it is very helpful if you're not good with, if you don't like your, oh, there it is. Got another tool hanging from it. Come here. So this is a split ring plier. And what you do is you just put this little knob right here beside on your split and just push down. And you can open it up like that. I don't use these very often because, quite frankly, I have no problem with I have really thick thumbnails, so I don't have any problem with opening these with my thumbnail. But I keep getting an advertisement myself. It's driving me nuts. So we put this little guy on here, spin it around, and then we open this one up and spin it around. And there we have our second key ring. 2 key rings all done. Oh, that sounds yummy, Beth. Have I ever used Stretch Magic for Barbie necklaces? No, I have not. I suppose you could. Though you got to remember, then it's got to pull over her head. I don't think this is one of the ones. No, it's not. When I was a kid, the Barbies had a little ball and you could just pull their heads off and pop it back on. This one doesn't, because I just tried it, and it has some kind of a ridge in there that's holding her head in place. So, so if you used Stretch Magic, you'd have to remember that you're going to have to stretch it over her head to do your necklace. So that's one thing that you got to think about. Can you, how many times is this child going to pull off and on that necklace off of your Barbie? And because you got to have enough to go over her head, if you want it to sit just at her neck, like I do mine with the ring stuff, you got to have a smaller piece, and it's going to have to stretch over her head numerous times and then back off and on and off. And so you're going to have to think about the fact that that children are not always the easiest on things, to be truthful. Not a nice thing to say maybe, but it's true. They don't have the patience to be careful with things a lot of the times like an adult does, unless you've got a child that is very careful with things. And there are those. I'm not going to deny that there are those, but most of them don't. And anyway, to my experience. And so you got to think about that. How many times are they going to be ripping that thing off of your Barbie's head? If you use Stretch Magic, you've got to remember that, because it is going to have to come off and on. So that would be my concern. Have I used my new markers yet? Once, but that's it. So actually I was thinking, because I do need to paint a whole bunch of pieces for hair barrettes and hair combs. I need a lot of hair combs. I sold a ton of hair combs at my last show. I actually usually only have 6 or 7 pair of them done. and I have 2 left. So I sold like 5 pair of hair combs at my last show. So I do need to make a lot of hair combs. So I will be painting some stuff pretty soon. We do have the Beadbox bargains coming today. If it comes today, we are going to open it tomorrow. If it doesn't, then maybe tomorrow what we'll do is paint, because, you know, I'm going to need them. So maybe we'll use our new paints tomorrow, our new paint markers tomorrow. I would wait though, Heather. I would wait just because of the wear and tear on them. I would wait for the memory wire. Just, you know, just a simple little just a simple little thought there. As far as dragons are concerned, I actually have dragons that I use on my hair barrettes. Big ones, little ones. Somewhere there's a whole bunch of, yeah, there's my little ones. So Dawn asked me about little dragons. These are just like ones you can get, big ones you can get. I can't remember where I got these ones. May have been Temu. But I have got them from other places in small sizes like this. But see, these guys are little guys. And then I have some big ones as well. And I frequently paint these little guys in both sizes and put them on hair barrettes and hair combs. So I'll probably be doing some of those. I also have some little ones, not right here, which are double-sided that the wings go back behind. I'm not sure if I can find those really fast. They should be close by because I keep them usually over here in this cabinet. But I'm not positive that I do have them really close by. When I'm moving things around, I tend to move things around. So here they are in gold. See this little guy? He's double-sided, so he's good for key rings or for earrings. He'd make really cute earrings. And these ones I do not put on hair barrettes because they are double-sided, so they are a little wider, and but they're great for like earrings or something like that. I think I'll just leave these guys out because I'm going to probably want to use them. The dragons, paint some of them. And I do have these in gold and bronze as well, which when you paint them, it makes them slightly different. I don't think I have any of my gold jump rings and split rings out here, or we could make a little gold one here. Because he's perfect for one. Now, see, these little ones do not, the back is not, it's not two-sided, whereas the big ones are. See, they have the veining and the wings and stuff, but The little ones aren't, so I usually don't use those for key rings. If I'm going to use them for key rings, I usually use these guys. Not that saying that I have to can't use the silver on the gold ones. I have before, because for a long time that's all I could find was the gold. I mean the silver pieces. What did I sell them for? Oh gosh. I think the green one went for 54 and which because it had a lot more to it, and the purple one I think went for 48, but I'm not positive. And this guy, I've got him priced at, well, I probably sold him for more than that because I've got this guy priced at $80. So they probably went for more than that. It's probably the Raven skull I was thinking of that went for 48. Probably went for, I'd have to look up the slip because I don't have that right at the top of my fingers, and that was a few months ago. Oh, I keep records of everything I sell, so I just have to find the right sell slip, and I can tell you, but I have to find the right sell slip. Those the ones? Yes, okay. The green bar necklace was $54. And the purple one was 42. So I was closer to price than I thought. I think it's because they were on fairy silk. Sari silk instead of fairy silk. But so a lot less than the one I've got now. I sold them for, but I had them on sari silk instead of fairy silk, and sari silk is a lot less expensive than fairy silk is, so that made a difference in their price. And the beads, of course, what I put on them, because I didn't have very many beads on the purple one, if I remember right. And the green one had that bar and then a few beads, so that's what they were. Now, I do generally donate a few things to my shows because most of them are, a lot of my shows that I do are for nonprofits. So those are silver too. So I don't always keep really, so Some of my stuff generally goes as donations, and I always keep track of that as well. You should always keep track of everything you do. So, well, I found the big gold split rings, but do I have the little ones anywhere nearby? I think I had them sitting here at one point. But I tend to move everything around sooner or later, and then I don't have them anymore. If I find them quickly, well, we could just use a little silver one. It's not like it's that big of a deal, but I think we'll use a little silver one because it's easier than trying to find one of these. And I just dropped them back in the box, so I'm trying to find a gold one. I do have some gold ones, and I used to have them sitting right here in front of me, but what else is new? I've moved them somewhere. Or I just put a ton of stuff in front of them so I can't find them. So we'll just use this. This one. Come here, you. I want you. Your BBB and your Potomac order just got there. Oh, cool, Dawn. The infamous black hole strikes again. Yeah. And the black hole is right here on this shelf, right here. So just flip that wire away. We're going to use it. It's still, ouch. Beads don't like to go over kinks, so we're going to just get rid of that kink. Put our dragon on here. Ah, just got the wire stuck on my ring. May have to be careful and stop wearing rings when I'm working here. You go over there, people. Now we have to decide what kind of beads our dragon wants. I have where are they? There they are. Oh yeah, these have a big hole. No problem. They'll go on fine. I want. Come here, you. Let's see. But then going to, nope, not you. You. This might make it too long. We'll see. If I'm going to use these barrel beads, I might want to, no, it'll be all right. Now I wish that this spot had come up with some of the color instead of the gold where it came across here, but it didn't, so we'll have to live with it. Put my cutters away. Excuse me. Hoarding for something special. There we go, our little gold dragon BBB, or key ring there. My BB, like I said, is supposed to come today. We'll see if it does. I hope so. But if it doesn't, tomorrow we'll paint. Maybe we'll paint tomorrow anyway, because, you know, we can. I usually don't get it done. I usually finish making the BBB before I'm ready to be done. So mine says it's out for delivery too, Kim. I'm hoping that it's true. So there we go. There is our 3 key rings. One with the key with the Triskelion in the middle and the little Celtic knot heart. This is a nice big Celtic knot, and our little dragon. We got a little knot here in the middle of him. So I think we've hit our hour and a half, guys. So I am going to turn us up, talk for a little while, and then we will be gone for the day. Yeah. Sometimes I think you're right, Kim. I know I've had mine say it was out for delivery before and then it hasn't got here. And it waits till the next day. So I don't know where Dollar Bead Box is located because I don't get Dollar Bead Box. I've considered it a few times, but then I thought to myself, do I really care about that one? I don't know. So I've never bothered to get the Dollar Bead Box, so I don't know where they're located. Bargain Bead Box is Tennessee, yes. So anyway, what we made today is our Barbie doll necklace and earrings set. What I was saying, and I don't think I finished my thought when I was saying it, is that I will leave her modeling this and take a picture of this, because then when I put these on the table, because they are so small, they're fit in a teeny weeny little baggie. I will print a picture in 4x6 of her wearing them like this, modeling them, and then I'll staple the set to the picture. And that way they aren't easily just picked up, if you know what I mean. Which, you know, as small as they are, they would easily be able to be picked up and stuck in a pocket. So there is our Barbie doll with her earrings and necklace on. And then we have our 3 key rings. The last one we just made is the little dragon in gold. Then we have this square Celtic knot here on this one. And then the key with the Triskelion and the Celtic knot heart in the middle of this one. I think I'm just going to title this one Key to My Heart. So there we go. That's what we made today. I hope you had fun. Could I please take a short video of your setup at the show? After it's done or as I'm setting up? Easier said than done when I'm setting up. Yeah, Charlie, I don't get Dollar Bead Box either. I've never had a really great desire. Randy jokingly calls it her earring and bracelet box, which, you know, is pretty much true. Bye, Chris. Thank you. I'm glad you think that you might make a keyring for yourself, Charlie. They're simple to make. Don't take many beads. You just need some split rings. Like I said, I use a double split ring, number one, because you get your keys on the split ring really easily. That's what most people do. And I use this second split ring here because I'm always afraid if we use a jump ring and it's going in and out of pockets or in and out of purse, the regular jump ring will open sooner or later. So the split ring is less likely to. I mean, not saying it can't. I've actually torn split rings open before. It's just not something that's easy to do. You really have to give it a giant tug. So anyway, those are little projects for today. I hope you enjoyed making them with me. I will be going out to check to see if my bargain bead box came in just a little bit. Let's see, what else do I have out on order right now? Yeah, me too, Charlie. That's why I thought I decided to use a second split ring to hang the wire on for my decorative piece, because, you know, you get rough. They go in and out of purses. They go in and out of pockets. And it's just sometimes you just, they'll get stuck up on stuff and you'll just give it a tug to pull it loose, and not a great idea, but people do it. So that's why I came up with the double split ring idea, one to put your keys on and one to hold your piece more securely, your bead string more securely than it would be otherwise. So that is what that was for. So anyway, ladies, we've been at it for an hour and 35. Heather should be on in a half hour, as long as she is coming on today. As far as I know, she's coming on today. So we will see everybody in, if she does come on, we'll see everybody in about a half hour when we go over to Heather's. So everybody have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll either be opening up my bargain bead box, or we'll be painting, probably, because I do need to paint pieces. I may even get off my buns and paint pieces tonight. And if I do, I may even decide to do a video for Saturday, since of course I'm not going to be here Saturday, of doing those. So we'll see. Oh, I thought these were all eye pins, but half of them are little head pins. That's too bad. Sorry, got distracted by something on my desk. So something to think about. And I'm going to make, I know what I was going to use those for. Well, we'll worry about it tomorrow. I have some bats that I got from, it was Bargain Bead Box. Was it just in this last order I just got? Anyway, I have some bats that I got, some silver bats, and they're like a focal piece that'll go across your neck, like so, about that. Well, you can't see my neck, about right. They're about this wide, and I thought, put them on a shorter chain, so they're only about 18 inches, and on either side, and then split the chain in a few spots to put like some black beads in. I thought that would make a really fun necklace. So what did I do with that order? Because it's not this one. It's not in here. So the bats aren't in here. So it's not this order. I'll have to find it. Again, another thing that I have just dumped on my desk. So it's wherever it's at. But it is something I thought of the other day, and I thought, those will be really cute like that. And I think that's what I'm going to do with them. So another thing we could do this week, because this is the one of the shows that I do put my Halloween items out at, because I do not, well, I do one October show, which I probably will put some Halloween things out at, but I don't do a lot. I don't like to put things out way early, but at the same time, Halloween is one of those holidays that are, you think about them, you do things for them, but then you forget to put things out when you go to shows, because you haven't hit that time frame where you want to put them out yet. But at the same time, you're going to go past that time frame for a lot of different shows. So I will be doing some more Halloween things to go out on at this show, since it is mid-September already. Good Lord. Can you believe it? It's mid-September. Well, it will be when I do this show. And so so I will want to have some of my Halloween things out at this show. So something to think about. Anyway, everybody have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow. And like I said, we'll either be opening up the new Bargain Bead Box, or we'll be painting, or we'll make the bat necklace. We're going to do one of those things anyway. So we'll see you all later. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Bye-bye.